And Your Honor, while they're grabbing Miss Madsen, I'd just like to inform you that the keep separate Mr. Manuel Pina is also unavailable this evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, this is the state just to confirm. I sent it multiple times, and to the clerk, I just want to double check if it was received.
Yes, we just received them. So
Thank you.
yeah, will be continued to the AM. I thank you for waiting. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Allison Madsen, 7/30/91.
Miss Manson, good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen this evening based on a warrant issued for your arrest by Judge Raymond Carroll, the Pima County Justice Court in Green Valley. And this relates to a charge of DUI in extreme. The date of the offense is February 25th, 2020. And just remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Just going to take a look here, make sure nothing else is holding you up. All right. Jill, confirm we have a probation violation for Miss Matson?
No, probation violation, Your Honor. She is currently sentenced and set to be released on December 1st.
Okay, thank you very much. All right. All right, Matson. And given that, I'm going to impose a bond of $250. That'll be for time credit purposes in case that's appropriate in your matter. I'm also going to appoint an attorney by the name of Robin Ald to represent you. His phone number will be in the information you'll receive from this evening's hearing. And I'm going to set a hearing for you on December the 4th at 8:30 at the Green Valley Justice Court. Do you know where that is?
I do. So
So what I'm going to do is impose a bond of $250, cash or secured, which means if you wish to be released on this charge, I have no control over the charge that you for the matter you're currently serving a sentence on. That's not what we're talking about. What I'm talking about is the warrant that I just mentioned from 2020. On that matter, I'm going to impose a small bond so that you can receive potential time credit if that's appropriate in your case. And I'm going to appoint an attorney for you. So once you're done serving your sentence on the other matter, you'll just have to post a $250 bond. You'll be released from jail and you'll be seen by Judge Carroll down at the Green Valley Justice Court on the 4th. If you don't post the bond, then you'll likely be seen by him via video in the same way you're appearing this evening. Do you understand?
yes.
Okay. All right. Then if you do end up posting the bond, please make sure and get to the Green Valley Justice Court on the 4th at 8:30. Otherwise, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Ma'am, that's all I have for you. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Marisela Peña, June 14, 1976.
Ms. Pina, give me 1 second.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. All the way at the bottom. Didn't see anything. Okay. Oh. Wait, no. Did I hand you the wrong folder?
She should be in file 102.
102. This is the wrong. I'm sorry, ma'am. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
It's wrong. It's Manuel. That's Manuel. We have a bit of a mix-up in the paperwork. Can we have Miss Pina stand by and we can come back to her case? Do apologize, ma'am. We just have a little bit of administrative error. If you just bear with us for a few minutes, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Um, I'm gonna bring Mr. Radcliffe.
Okay.
Thank you.
Manually fill out laptop. Start over.
Oh, I'm sorry, Vicky. Much.
You'll get it back.
Sure. All right. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Jesse Lewis Ratliff, 3388.
Mr. Ratliff, good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on 2 felony interim complaints. The first from August the 15th alleging charges of burglary in the 2nd degree and felony theft. The second is dated from 15 November, alleging burglary in the 3rd degree and possession of burglary tools. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and on both of your matters, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, Please speak with your attorney before saying anything out loud. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, sir. I have reviewed the interim complaints and just reviewed the state's recommendations as well as the pretrial services report. I believe Mr. Ratliff is currently pending on a separate felony matter. Let me just double confirm something here.
Enough loud?
One, two. Okay. Sorry, for the record, Mr. Ratliff has several matters pending in both the city court and the justice court involving felony matters. I do see that there was community ties alleged, but it couldn't be verified through a third-party reference. And again, there was the notation of a felony matter from a few days ago, with a scheduled preliminary hearing on December the 1st. State's recommendation, and we'll take the older case first, I believe, is $10,000 bond plus pretrial services supervision. And on the second matter, $7,000 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
Yes, John, I would just note the recommendation is also a concern for the risk to the community due to the ongoing criminal activity by the defendant before the court involving residential and similar offenses, also in addition to the Berg third. So there is that ongoing concern as there are multiple victims. Thank you.
Thank you. And defense?
Can you give me one moment, Judge?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. For one, I'd like to note that, I mean, outside of these pending matters, Mr. Ratliff has no prior felonies. I know the court noted couldn't verify his community ties, but I would still like to highlight that he's been in the community 10 years. He's been at the same address for 2 years. And he's self-employed. I understand he's currently being held on bond. So we would ask that and I'd also like to note that Mr. Ratliff, as you can see, he's got this neck brace. He's had a spinal fusion, I believe, as a result of a car accident, and that makes it difficult for him to move around. So one, that lessens kind of the possibility of a risk to the community it could be, and two, it's also hard for him to keep clean in here, just by the nature of, his injuries. And so we asked the court on these new cases, are we just addressing one case or both cases?
You can make your arguments as to both cases, please.
So I would ask that the total bond imposed on these two be no more than $5,000. So we'd ask for $2,500 on each, and that would match the current bond on the already pending bill.
Thank you. As to the matter 015914 involving burglary in the second degree and theft, I'm going to impose a $5,000 cash secured bond and pretrial services supervision if bond is posted, as well as a no contact order and an order that Mr. Ratliff not possess any firearms or weapons and submit to any monitoring as directed by pretrial services if bond is posted. Preliminary hearing will be December the 1st at 1:30 in the morning. I'm sorry, 1:30 in the afternoon, excuse me. And on the separate matter, I'm going to impose a $2,500 bond. This is the felony ending in 916. It'll be cash secured, same conditions as applying in the previous case, with the same preliminary hearing date, December the 1st at 1:30 p.m.
If I can do
All right, sir. Thank you very much. That's all I have for you. You're excused.
Don, are you ready for Marcelo Pina, please?
Yes, I have the correct file. It is convenient to bring back. Please do so. All right, Ms. Pena, thank you very much for bearing with us. You're being seen here this evening based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest by Judge Jeffrey Klotz in the Tucson City Court. This relates to charges, a few different cases involving charges of possession of liquor in a container of liquor in a passenger vehicle, criminal trespass in the third degree, criminal damage, disorderly conduct, threats and intimidation. And just remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. And I don't believe you're being held on any other matter. So, ma'am, I'm going to schedule a hearing for you at the Tucson City Court in downtown Tucson for December the 18th, 9 a.m. You, you may, you may just remember you do have the right to remain silent. This is being broadcast online.
Today is headed to prison.
Okay. All right. Give me 1 second, please.
Okay.
Yes. Boy. Ma'am, just to, can you confirm for me this involved a case in front of Judge Kimberly Ortiz of the Pima County Superior Court?
Yes, sir.
He took a plea on October the 21st, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure I'm noting the right, the correct case. All right, ma'am. And thank you very much for bringing that to my attention. I appreciate that. I'm gonna set a bit more an expedited hearing for you. That'll be for December 19th
Okay,
at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Maldonado. That'll be a video review hearing, so it'll be appearing in front of Judge Maldonado in the same way you're appearing in front of me this evening.
would that be able to happen in prison as well?
That I can't tell you, but I'm gonna set that. I will make a note in the file that you are pending a sentence to the Department of Corrections.
I was sentenced today to 1 year. Sir, and this is city court?
Yes, it is. Actually, get a little bit creative. That way we can hopefully dispose of your matter. Because I don't know whether or not you're going to be transported, and I don't want to hold that up. So I'm going to impose a bond so that we can schedule your hearing a little bit more quickly. I'll make that $100 cash. And so I'll move your video review hearing up to the 1st. So in about 10 days instead of the 19th. That'll be at 1:45. And I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. That way you can have somebody to go over these matters with. All right, ma'am.
All right,
So
thank you.
like I said, I'm going to impose that bond, but that's just so that you can hopefully receive time credit and also so we can schedule your hearing a little bit faster. So you'll be seen by Judge Maldonado. You'll have the City Public Defender's Office representing you in that case. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Well, I think this is the one we continued, right?
Kenneth. Well,
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Adrian Buchanan. Oh, January 20th, 98.
Thank you, Mr. Cannon. Good evening. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest by Judge Robert Foreman of the Pima County Justice Court, relates to a charge of criminal trespass in the third degree and failing to appear. Remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. I don't believe you're being held on any other matter, so I'm going to set your arraignment date in front of Judge Foreman so you can take care of this matter. That'll be on December the 1st at 8:30 in the morning. If I release you from custody, sir, will you promise me you'll appear at that hearing on the 1st?
Yes, because I have other court matters on the second.
I'm sorry?
Yes, on the first because the court matters on the second, so they're being next to each other. It makes it easier.
Okay, great. So I'm going to release you on your promise. I'm going to order that you not return to wherever this incident allegedly occurred. And again, that hearing is going to be December the 1st at 8:30 in front of Judge Foreman at the Pima County Justice Court.
Thank you.
That's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
Go back.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Corbin Gustavo Durazo, and my birthday is 11/25/2005.
Thank you, Mr. Ross. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on misdemeanor charges of domestic violence assault and domestic violence disorderly conduct allegedly occurring earlier today. Just to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. The alleged victim, your aunt, do you live with her?
I do.
Okay, do you have somewhere else where you can live for the next few weeks?
I do.
Just make sure you're not being held on any other matter. All right, Mr. Durazo, I'm going to set a hearing for you in front of Judge Robert Foreman at the Pima County Justice Court in downtown Tucson for December the 1st at 8:30 in the morning. Do you know where the Justice Court is?
Yes, I do.
If I release you from custody, you promise me you'll appear at that hearing?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
I'm going to release you on your promise. I'm going to order that you not have any contact of any kind with your aunt, the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live. I will allow you to return to the home one time to gather any personal belongings that you may have. The way you're going to do that is by calling law enforcement. You can call 311, the non-emergency line, and arrange for a police officer or sheriff's deputy to be with you at the residence while you gather your belongings and leave with them. You're not allowed to go to the residence otherwise. You understand?
Yes.
I'm also going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs or commit any acts of domestic violence. All right, sir. You'll be released later this evening. Please make sure and attend your hearings and abide by all these conditions so you don't end up back in custody, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. You're excused.
Huh?
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Ronald G. Kidd Jr., 11/23/72.
Okay, good evening. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today on a couple different matters we'll go through. Just to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you. Boy. Give me one second. I need to take a look here at all your files.
folks.
All right. All right, Mr. Kid, looks like you've got about 10 different cases here in 2 different courts. 9 of them appear to be in the city court. One is a new matter involving the possession of a drug paraphernalia and possession of a prescription drug, or unlawful possession of a prescription drug, excuse me. That was allegedly occurred earlier this afternoon. The rest of the cases relate to warrants issued based on failure to appear, all relate to charges of criminal trespass and possession of drug paraphernalia. Oh, and I'm sorry, you also have a case in the Pima County Justice Court related to a charge of shoplifting. All right. Given everything you got going on here, kid, I think it'd be helpful for you to have an attorney to assist you. I'm going to impose a bond of $750 cash as secured. And I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to help you out. I'm going to set a hearing for you in front of Judge Maldonado, and that's going to be on December the 1st, 1:45 in the afternoon. As to the new charges, I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf, and I'll also advise you that in addition to the right to remain silent and the right to counsel, you also have the right to be presumed innocent and have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt. You have the right to attend all hearings in your case, including trial, where again you are presumed innocent, and it's the state's responsibility to prove otherwise. However, if you fail to attend any hearings in your case to include that trial, they could proceed in your absence. New charges could be filed against you, or a warrant could issue for your arrest. Lastly, if you are found guilty at a trial and are unable to be sentenced within 90 days due to your absence, then you may lose the right to appeal that conviction. You understand all that, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you'll be seen by Judge Maldonado on the 1st at 1:45 unless you post a bond, in which case you will have to report to the court in person. Otherwise, you'll be seen in the same way you're appearing in front of me this evening. And on your justice court matter, I'm going to let them know that you're being held in custody, and I'm going to appoint an attorney to assist you in that case as well, just for good measure. It's going to be Miss Anna Dennis. Contact information is going to be in the court order you'll receive from this evening. And I'm going to set a hearing for you on this matter for the 24th, so Monday. I'm sorry, at 8:30 in the morning in front of Judge Garza. Gentlemen, please, I'm not guilty on your behalf to this charge as well. The same rights apply as to this case as to the other one that I just arraigned you on. You're going to have a couple of attorneys assisting you. Hopefully, they will help you square all this away. If you happen to post the bonds in these cases, again, please, sir, make sure you attend your court hearings. Otherwise, you can end up right back where you are. Okay? Thank you very much. You're excused. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
My name is Ryan James Lewis, born January 18, 1987.
Thanks, Lewis. Good evening. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a charge, or I'm sorry, a warrant that was issued by Judge Robert Foreman at the Pima County Justice Court related to a charge of shoplifting from April of 2024, and a warrant issued in the Pima County Justice Court related to charges of possession of drug paraphernalia and disorderly conduct, as well as new charges related to shoplifting and possession of drug paraphernalia. To remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you. And sir, on your misdemeanor matter in the Justice Court, I'm going to set a hearing for you in front of Judge Robert Foreman, so you can answer for the warrant. That's going to be on December the 1st at 8:30 in the morning. If I release you from custody, you promise me you'll appear at that hearing, sir?
Yes, on.
I'll release you on your promise. In order that you not have any contact with any alleged victim or go back to where this incident allegedly occurred.
Okay.
On your city court matter, I'm going to set a hearing for you on December the 16th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Mayhew. If I release you from custody on this, will you promise me you'll appear at that hearing?
Yes.
Sir, I'm going to release you on your promise. In order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, go back to any location where any of these matters allegedly occurred, or have any contact with any alleged victim. Last, sir, I'll advise you that in addition to your right to remain silent, you also have the right to an attorney, which may be appointed to you by the court or obtained at your own expense. You also have the right to be presumed innocent and have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt, and the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial where, again, you are presumed innocent, and it's the state burden to prove otherwise. However, if you fail to attend any hearing in your case, to include that trial, new charges may be filed against you. Those hearings may go forward in your absence, or a warrant could issue for your arrest. Additionally, if you're found guilty at a trial in your absence and you are unable to be sentenced within 90 days because of your absence, you may lose the right to appeal that conviction. Do you understand all that, sir?
Understand.
Well, thank you very much. You'll be released later this evening. Please make sure and attend all your hearings. Good luck.
Thank you.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Manuel Phil Navarro, 5972.
One second.
You said Navarro?
Navarro?
It should be.
Sir.
Oh, you have it? Okay. Thank you. All right. I'm sorry, sir. Can you please tell me your date of birth one more time?
2/15/1972.
All right, sir. Thank you. This is time set for initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest by Judge Mary Lou Natividad at the South Tucson City Court on August 20th. This relates to a charge of shoplifting from November of 2024. And you have new charges of unlawful possession of a prescription drug and possession of drug paraphernalia from earlier today. Testimony on both matters, sir. You have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Do you just confirm the probation hold for Mr. Navarro?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Navarro, on your South Tucson matter, I'm going to set a hearing for you in front of Judge Davidad. That'll be for December the 9th at 10 a.m. We will let the South Tucson court know that you are being held in custody.
Okay.
On the city matter, I'll likewise let the court know that you're being held. On the Tucson matter, I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf and set a hearing for you in front of Judge Hale on December the 19th at 9 a.m. I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. And as I mentioned, in addition to the right to remain silent, the right to counsel, you also have the right to be presumed innocent and to have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt. You also have the right to attend all hearings in your case, conclude a trial where, again, you are presumed innocent and the burden of proving otherwise is on the government. However, if you fail to attend any hearing in your case to include a trial, it may proceed in your absence. A warrant could issue for your arrest or new charges could be filed against you. Additionally, if you are found guilty at a trial and cannot be sentenced within 90 days because of your own absence, then you may lose the right to appeal that conviction. Do you understand all that, sir?
Sure.
Then you're going to continue to be held, but you'll be seen by the various courts. You're going to have some attorneys representing you. So if you do end up getting released, please make sure and attend all your hearings. Otherwise, you're going to end up right back where you are. That's all I have for you, sir. Thank you.
There.
All right, I won't do anything. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Kaylin Sky Dorsey, October 15, 2005. Oops.
All right, Mr. Ortiz, good evening. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a charge of misdemeanor domestic violence, disorderly conduct, allegedly occurring earlier this morning. Just to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Let's see. All right, looks like the alleged victim doesn't have any concern with having more contact with you or to your release, and I don't believe you're being held on any other matter. So I'm gonna enter a pleas of not guilty to your on your behalf to this charge, and I'm gonna set a hearing for you in front of Judge Jay Crenshaw at the Tucson City Court for December the 19th at 9:30 in the morning. You know where the city court is?
What was the judge's name again?
Crenshaw.
Okay, thank you.
You know where the city court is?
Yeah.
If I release you from custody, will you promise me you'll appear at that courthouse on December 19th? I need you to answer out loud, please.
Yes, I will.
Now release you on your promise. I'm going to order that you not commit any acts of domestic violence. And last, I'll advise you that in addition to the right to remain silent, you also have the right to an attorney, which you may obtain at your own expense, or one may be appointed to you by the court based on your circumstances. You also have the right to be presumed innocent and have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt. And lastly, you have the right to attend all hearings in your case to include a trial where, again, you are presumed innocent. However, if you fail to attend any hearings in your case, they could proceed in your absence, a warrant could issue for your arrest, or new charges could be filed against you. Additionally, if you're found guilty at a trial and cannot be sentenced within 90 days because of your own absence, then you may lose the right to appeal that conviction. Do you understand all that?
Yes, I do.
Again, I'm entering pleas of not guilty on your behalf. You'll be released later this evening. Please make sure and attend your hearing, and good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Fine, sir.
There's no bond that you can, but which one was that? For Navarro?
Oh, yes. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Brooke Jeffrey Smith, 9/11/92.
Mr. Klansman, good evening. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest out of the Tucson City Court.
Yeah.
And this relates to charges of criminal trespass in the third degree, shoplifting, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Just to remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Gonna take a look here. All right, sir. I'm gonna see if we can get this case back on track. I'm gonna set a hearing for you in front of Judge Blue at the City Court in the Community Court program. That'll be on December the 19th at 1:30 in the afternoon. If I release you from custody, will you promise me you'll appear at that hearing, sir?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna release you on your promise in order that you not possess any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not have, that you not return to any incident location that's alleged.
Understood.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Yeah. You have a great day.
Great.
Very good. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Yes, sir. Pablo Isaiah Landry, 0060605.
One second. Excuse me one second.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Landry's right here.
Oh, wow. Oh, I think maybe I meant to hand you that one. Okay, sorry. Sorry about that, sir. We're back on track here. All right. All right, sir. Good evening. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a misdemeanor charge of domestic violence, disorderly conduct, allegedly occurring this morning. Just to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you.
Yes, sir.
Take a look here at a little information about you. Looks like the alleged victim doesn't object to your being released contact with you, and I
Yes,
don't
sir.
believe you're being held on any other matter. So I'm going to schedule a hearing for you in front of Judge Cranshaw at the Tucson City Court. That'll be for December 19th at 9:30 in the morning. If I release you from custody, you promise me you'll appear at that hearing, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, then I'm going to release you on your promise. I'm going to order you not commit any acts of domestic violence. And last, I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf to this charge. And advise you that in addition to the right to remain silent, you also have the right to an attorney that may be appointed to you by the court or obtained at your own expense. You also have the right to be presumed innocent and to have the state bear the burden of proof of your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial where, again, you are presumed innocent and the state's the responsible party for proving otherwise. However, if you fail to attend any hearing in your case, to include that trial, it could proceed in your absence. New charges could be filed against you. Hang on. If you fail to attend any hearing, the hearing could proceed in your absence. A warrant could issue for your arrest, or new charges could be filed against you. Additionally, if you're found guilty at a trial and cannot be sentenced within 90 days because of your absence, then you may lose the right to appeal that conviction. You understand all that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Then you'll be released later this evening. Please make sure and attend all hearings in your case. And good luck. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Go outside and see all those yet.
Okay, outside here? Yes.
Ross. Ross.
There. Roger that.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth, please?
Sir, Ross Timothy J. 12/28/1961.
Mr. Ross, good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance.
Yes, sir.
You're being seen here this evening based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest by Judge Jeffrey Close, the Tucson City Court. This relates to a charge of misdemeanor assault. Two charges of misdemeanor two charges of disorderly conduct, simple disorderly conduct, and failing to appear. Just a reminder, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. And it also appears you're being held on an adult probation violation at the Superior Court. That matter is not in front of me this evening, so I'm going to set a hearing for you at the City Court. And that's going to be on December the 19th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Bond. I'm not
Yes,
going to
sir.
hold you in custody based on the hold you have in the Superior Court, but I am going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you so they can help you sort through all of the
What year was it?
circumstances. My apologies. The alleged offenses date back to March of 2023, March 27th, and failing to appear on April the 10th.
I didn't even know. Thank you.
All right, sir. So again, you're probably gonna be held in custody in your probation matter. That's not again before me, but you will be seen by Judge Bond on the 19th. If you're still in custody, you'll be seen by a video. Otherwise, you'll have the assistance of an attorney. So hopefully they can help you sort this thing out.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, sir. That's all I have for you.
Part of that.
What's that?
Good evening, sir. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Gerardo Dame, March 27, 90.
Sorry, do we have the Spanish interpreter on?
Yes, Your Honor.
I believe
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
¿Me puede decir su nombre, por favor, en voz alta?
Gerardo Adame.
Gerardo Adame.
all right. Mr. Gerardo, good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance.
Buenas noches, señor Adame. Hoy es la hora fijada para su comparecencia inicial.
You're being seen here this evening based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest out of the Marana Municipal Court.
Lo estamos viendo esta noche por una orden de arresto que se emitió de la Corte de Marana, la Corte Municipal de Marana,
Related to charges of possession of drug paraphernalia,
respecto a cargos que tenían que ver con la posesión de adminículos para el uso de drogas,
shoplifting,
hurto de tiendas
and failing to appear for court.
y el no comparecer en la corte.
You also have a separate court case in the Tucson City Court related to possession of drug paraphernalia.
También tiene otro caso por separado, pero este es en la corte de la ciudad de Tucson, también que tiene que ver con adminículos para el uso de drogas.
Remind you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say
Quiero
can be used against you.
Quiero recordarle que tiene el derecho a guardar silencio. Cualquier cosa que usted diga se puede usar en su contra.
On your Marana Court matter, I'm going to set a hearing for you on December the 17th at 10 a.m.
En el caso que tiene en la corte de Marana, voy a fijar una audiencia para el 17 de diciembre a las 10 de la mañana.
If I release you from custody, sir, will you promise me you will appear at that hearing?
Y lo dejo en libertad, señor. ¿Usted me promete que va a estar presente en esa audiencia en la corte?
Sí.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Then I will release you on your promise.
Gracias, señor. Entonces lo voy a dejar en libertad bajo su promesa de presentarse.
And I'm going to order that you not return to any of the locations alleged where these where these incidents allegedly occurred. Excuse me.
Voy a ordenar entonces, señor, que usted no se presente ni vaya al lugar donde presuntamente estos incidentes sucedieron.
On your city court matter, I'm going to set a separate hearing for December the 18th at 2 in the afternoon.
En el caso que tiene en la Corte de la Ciudad de Tucson, voy a fijar otra audiencia para usted para el 18 de diciembre a las 2 de la tarde.
If I release you from custody, will you promise me you'll appear at that hearing as well, sir?
Si lo dejo salir en libertad, ¿me promete que también se va a presentar en esa audiencia, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm going to release you on your promise.
Bien, señor. Entonces le voy a dejar salir en libertad bajo su promesa de presentarse en la corte.
In order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs.
Voy a ordenar que no posea ni consume ningún tipo de alcohol ni drogas ilícitas.
I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf to this charge.
Voy a sentar declaraciones de no culpable a los cargos en su contra.
I'm going to advise you that you have the right to an attorney,
Le voy a informar que tiene derecho a tener un abogado,
which you may obtain at your own expense.
que usted puede conseguir con su propio costo para usted.
You have the right to be presumed innocent and have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt.
Tiene el derecho de presumir que usted es inocente y que el Estado compruebe que usted es culpable más allá de duda razonable.
You have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial.
Usted tiene el derecho de asistir a todas las audiencias en su caso, incluyendo su juicio.
If you fail to attend any hearing that's scheduled, then you
Si
may...
usted no se
Go ahead.
Si usted no se presenta a una audiencia que se haya fijado en su caso, entonces puede que usted
A warrant issued for your arrest.
se pueda emitir una orden por su arresto,
New charges could be filed against you,
se presenten nuevos casos en su contra,
and that hearing could proceed in your absence.
y esa audiencia se puede llevar a cabo aunque usted esté ausente.
Lastly, if you're found guilty at a trial and are unable to be sentenced within 90 days, you may lose the ability to appeal that conviction.
Y por último, si usted lo declaran culpable en su juicio y no puede recibir su condena 90 días después de haber sido declarado culpable, entonces puede que usted pierda su derecho a una apelación.
You understand all that, sir?
¿Entiende todo esto, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Then you'll be released later this evening. Please make sure and attend all your hearings, and good luck.
Muy bien, señor, lo van a dejar salir en libertad esta noche. Por favor, asista a sus audiencias que se han fijado y le desea buena suerte.
Bueno, investigaciones.
Okay, thank you.
And Joe, can we confirm we don't have any other Spanish-speaking defendants?
No, we do not, Your Honor.
Thank you. And I'll excuse the Spanish interpreter. Thank you very much for your patience this evening.
Thank you. Interpreter is disconnected.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Ruth Alvarez,
And your date of birth, please?
grade 1991.
All right, Ms. Alvarez, good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on two felony complaints. One is from, or both are from today. Both allege unlawful possession of a narcotic drug, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia, and the second involves a charge of unlawful possession of a dangerous drug. Remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you. You also have the right to an attorney. And I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office, the Pima County Legal Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated next to you is going to be helping you through this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him before saying anything out loud, okay? All right, I've reviewed the interim complaints and the pretrial services report as well as the state's recommendation. I believe Ms. Alvarez has any other holds pending. She was rated a 3 and a 3 on the NCFTA scale and was deemed steps diversion eligible. I only saw one prior felony conviction from 2016, which has successfully terminated probation. State's recommendation is for pretrial services release and a steps court evaluation. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. And I'm sorry, just to clear, that was on both cases. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Thank you. Defense, I'm inclined to agree. Is your client interested in being screened for the steps court program?
So yes, and so we'll waive time for the PH.
Thank you very much, Ms. Alvarez. On both your matters, I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services and order that you submit to any monitoring or treatment as they direct. Pretrial services is an arm of the court designed to help folks comply with any court orders and attend all court hearings. So essentially, if they call you and tell you you need to do something or be somewhere, you need to comply. Do you understand? I'm going to release you to their supervision, and I'm going to schedule a hearing so you can be evaluated for the steps court program and hopefully have your case disposed of without having to consider a plea or a trial. That hearing is going to be on December the 1st at 9 a.m. at the Pima County Superior Court. Just in case that doesn't go forward or doesn't end successfully, I'm going to schedule a separate hearing in both cases. That'll be on January the 5th at 1:30 p.m. So remember, you're going to be released later this evening. You need to reach out to pretrial services and your attorneys, stay in contact with both of them so that you're up to date on the next stages in all your cases. And with that, that's all I have for you. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Jeffrey Allen Baldoff, November 14th, 1966.
Baldoff, good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on 2 felony charges, alleging aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, and aggravated assault resulting in serious physical injury, both allegedly occurring yesterday. To remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him before saying anything out loud. All right, I've taken a look at the interim complaint as well as the pretrial services report and the state's recommendation. Don't note any other holds or statuses for Mr. Baldoff. He was rated a 2 and a 3 on the NCA and FTA scales. You see that he had community ties and residence here in Tucson. Although that couldn't be verified through a third-party reference. He didn't have any other felony criminal history. State's recommendation was $150,000 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
Yes, Your Honor, I would note the nature of the offense, the way the injuries were sustained by the victim, and also the concern is the status of the victim currently being in the hospital, and the fact that he's also in the hospital with life-threatening injuries.
Thank you. Defense?
Yes, Judge. So as the court noted, his low levels on the pretrial services scores, his lack of felony history, and Mr. Baldoff has been in the community for a significant amount of time. So I understand the nature, the circumstances of this current offense, but given his lack of previous felony criminal history, and his low risk scores, we asked the court to impose a bond of no more than $50,000.
Thank you. I do have serious concerns about the health and safety of the alleged victim. I am going to impose a $75,000 cash bond and order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. I'm going to order that Mr. Baldoff not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that he not possess any firearms or weapons, surrender any weapons he may have if bond is posted to law enforcement within 48 hours of release. And I'll order pretrial services supervision and monitoring, and obviously no contact of any kind with the alleged victim. Preliminary hearing date is set for December the 1st at 1:30 in the afternoon.
How much was the bond amount?
$75,000 cash.
Uh,
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. You're excused. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Robert Goss, May 14th, 2002.
Goss, good evening. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a charge of being a fugitive from justice with an active warrant from St. Clair County, Alabama, from September of this year. Just a reminder, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'll appoint the Pima County Legal Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him before saying anything out loud, okay? All right. I've taken a look at the interim complaint and looked at, examined the warrant. It doesn't appear that this is a post-adjudication warrant. There is no amount listed that I can at least discern from it. Pretrial services didn't note any other holds or statuses for Mr. Koss. He was rated a 2 and a 3 on the NCAA FTA scales. I do note the warrant relates to a charge of possession or receipt of a controlled substance. And there were no other criminal matters noted by pretrial services. State's recommendation was for $30,000 bond. Anything else to add from the state?
Yes, Your Honor, I would note he is the co-defendant on one of the other self-defendants before the court later on this afternoon. And the concern, Your Honor, is that they cross multiple states. He is a fugitive from justice. Similar to the co-defendant, nonetheless, the other defendant posed a significant bond. There's also concern for this individual before the court that, again, he went through multiple states. And even though the bond lists the no bond hold, Your Honor, as a court noted, this is not a post adjudication matter, but it is an NCIC. It is an extraditable matter. We're respectfully asking for a higher bond as he is a flight risk.
Thank you. Defense?
Yes, Judge. So, as the court noted, Mr. Costa's lack of criminal history whatsoever, at least from what I see in the pretrial services report. I mean, this is a nonviolent offense. I understand it's an out-of-state offense, but I mean, he doesn't pose a risk to the community. He's got significant ties to Tucson. I understand that again that this is an out-of-state bond or an out-of-state matter. But given all of those, and I believe that specifically for Mr. Koss, I didn't see anything that indicated that he had a bond previously and posted that bond and got released. So if the court is inclined to set a bond, we ask the bond be no more than $5,000.
Thank you. And I, again, I just examined the warrant again. I can't see a discernible warrant. There is a, yeah. Given all the information, I'm going to impose a $5,000 cash or secured bond and order pretrial services supervision and set a fugitive warrant hearing for the 26th at 2:30 in the afternoon. All right, sir. You're going to be seen by a judge of the Superior Court on the 26th, the next Wednesday. Please make sure and cooperate with your attorneys, and good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Kenneth De La Rosa, and date of birth January 14, 1998.
All right, so the rest, good evening. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on 2 charges. One is possession of dangerous drug for sale. The other is possession of a drug paraphernalia, both allegedly occurring earlier today. To remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him before saying anything out loud, okay?
Okay.
Right. Taking a look at the interim complaint, the pretrial services report, and state's recommendation. I don't note any other holds or statuses for Mr. De La Rosa. He was rated a 3 and a 2 on the NCFTA scales. He did have some community ties verified, and there were notation of 3 prior felony cases from 2017, 2 from 2017, and 1 from 2020. All have been, well, at least 1, 2, the disposition is unknown. State's recommendation was for $7,500 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
Yes, Your Honor, there is a pattern, what it looks like, even though there are some of the cases that they were pled to personal, but there is that pattern of sales. And the defendant again is before the court with another sales case. He's facing mandatory prison if convicted.
Thank you. Defense?
Yes, Judge. I would like to note the low pretrial services levels of Mr. De La Rosa, only level 1, 2 on the FTA scale, 3 on the NCA scale. Here's nonviolent nature of not only this offense but his priors. And while it says the disposition is unknown for the 2 earlier priors, he did serve prison time and was paroled and completed that's the most recent sentence on the 3rd one. So, I mean, to me, it appears that those previous cases were also resolved in some fashion. He's a lifelong resident of Tucson. He has the support of his mom, who is welcomed to provide residence if he needs, and he was living in a sober living facility. I understand that this is a sales case, so it's a little different, but to me that shows that he was at least trying to engage in some kind of sobriety. And so we'd ask the court to release Mr. De La Rosa to pretrial services. If the court isn't inclined to set a bond, we ask the bond be no more than $2,500.
Thank you. And I Sorry, I forgot to note that in the criminal history, the charge of the most recent felony offense included unlawful flight from law enforcement. And the facts as alleged in the interim complaint also include notation that Mr. De La Rosa fled from law enforcement and had to be apprehended. For those reasons, I do have concerns about a potential flight risk, and I do feel a bond is appropriate. I'm going to order a $7,500 cash or secured bond with pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. I will set the preliminary hearing for December the 1st at 1:30 in the afternoon. All right, sir. Thank you very much. That's all I have for you. You're excused.
Thank you.
Hey. Good one.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Arthur Dominguez, December 31st, 1995.
Dominguez, good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a few different matters. We'll go through each one of them in turn. The first involves a charge of possession of a narcotic drug, possession of a dangerous drug, and possession of drug paraphernalia, allegedly occurring on 15 June of this year. The second is a felony complaint alleging organized retail theft, 5 counts. Aggravated shoplifting, 2 counts. I'm sorry, yeah. And you also have several matters in the Tucson City Court. That would appear to be for 6 cases, all on warrant status, including charges of criminal trespass in the 1st degree, possession of drug paraphernalia, criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, unlawful possession of prescription drug, and repeats of the same offenses. So, remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you, as well as the City Public Defender's Office to represent you on the city matters. The attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him before saying anything out loud. We'll take the, well, I reviewed the interim complaints for both, as well as the pretrial services report. I do note there was an FTA warrant for Mr. Dominguez, currently being held on bond $7,500. I believe that matter is not before me this evening. He was rated a 5 and a 6 on the NCAA FTA scales. It was deemed a steps diversion eligible on, it's like the 15 June case. Doesn't have any other felony matters pending. State's recommendation was on the 15 June case, a $5,000 bond in lieu of a $5,000 bond plus pretrial services, excuse me, in lieu of a no bond. And on the 21 November matter, a $10,000 bond in lieu of a no bond. Anything else to add from the state?
Your Honor, the concern is there is that ongoing criminal episodes, the defendant was granted release. He failed to take the resources available for his advantage. And there is a concern for his failed to appear history. That will be the basis for the recommendation, especially also the significant amount of loss to the local businesses.
Thank you. Defense? Defense?
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge. I started talking, didn't realize I was muted.
No problem. Go ahead.
Noting the nonviolent nature of the offenses, his lack of, outside of these pending cases, his lack of felony priors, and the fact that, at least preliminarily, he was deemed steps eligible in the drug case. And so what I wanted to ask was, is he currently being held on bond in the earlier Superior Court case?
I believe on the failure to, let me just double check.
I don't know. Oh, well, actually, I do know a hold.
Yes, I believe that would be in CR 2025-1791. There's a notation of a $7,500 bond.
Okay.
So can you give the hold?
If I just may add, Your Honor, I looked at the file on the case file. It looks like he was just served the warrant, so he will still have the hearing to affirm that warrant amount or not.
Sure.
Okay. But given the hold, we'll ask for a bond just so that he can earn time credit on this, these new cases. But we ask that the total amount of on both cases be no more than $7,000.
Thank you. On the on the June 15th drug matter, is your client interested in being screened for the STEPS program? I understand, of course, you can't waive time. And if you need a minute to talk with your client, feel free.
He said he is interested.
All right. So, Mr. Dominguez, I'm going to hold you on the matter involving possession of drugs and drug paraphernalia on a bond of $5,000, cash is secured. Order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. I'll set a STEPS court evaluation hearing for December the 1st at 9 a.m. and a preliminary hearing for the same day at 1:30 p.m. On the latter case, involving organized retail theft from earlier today, I am going to impose the bond as requested, $10,000 cash secured with pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. In order that Mr. Dominguez not return to the incident location, not have any contact with any alleged victims, and I will set the preliminary hearing for the same day, December the 1st at 1:30 p.m. On the city court matters, I'm going to impose a bond of $500 cash, appoint the city public defender's office, and set a video review hearing. One second. I'll adjust. All right. Given the timing issue, because the other preliminary hearings are going to occur on the same day. Excuse me. I'll rescind my order. I'm not going to pose a bond in the city court matter. We'll set that for a non-transport review on December the 19th in front of Judge Blue. All right, that's all I have for Mr. Dominguez. He can head off to bed. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Hello, Your Honor. Yes, James Jimenez, November 27th, 1956.
Jimenez, good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being sent here this evening based on a single charge of felony criminal damage allegedly occurring on 8 October. Just a reminder, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him before saying anything out loud. All right, I have reviewed the interim complaint. As well as the pretrial services report. Don't note any other holds or statuses for Mr. Jimenez. He was rated a 4 and a 2 on the NCAA scales. He'd have community ties that unfortunately couldn't be verified through third party. There was a notation of 3 prior felony convictions from 1984, 1993, and 1996 respectively, all in the state of Ohio. State's recommendation is for $3,000 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
Yes, Your Honor, I would note the concern is that this incident was unprovoked. There was significant amount of damage to the victim's vehicles. Even though those out-of-state priors are older, they're rather violent as well.
Thank you. Defense?
Yes, Judge. As the court noted, Mr. Jimenez is only level 1 on pretrial services. Presumptive conditions levels, only 2 on the FTA scale. Yes, he does have the out-of-state priors, and yes, I understand the nature of them, but he did serve his time on them, and they are quite old.
And I'm a homeowner.
And while third-party references couldn't verify Mr. Jimenez's address, he's been living at the same address the whole time he's been in Tucson for 7 years, and his license lists that same address. And he is a homeowner, so he does have significant ties to the community.
And a fiance.
And
you need a chance to talk with your client, feel free to pause.
Sorry.
That's all right. I can keep going.
I have a fiance.
And in terms of the circumstances of the offense, I understand that the interim complaint notes that he used a pocket knife, but essentially what the allegation is that Mr. Jimenez keyed a car, and it was an expensive car, and so that's what got into felony criminal damage. And but again, it's a nonviolent offense. If it wasn't for his priors from several years ago, I figure that even the state would be asking for release to pretrial services. So we're asking the court to release Mr. Jimenez to pretrial services.
Thank you. Mr. Jimenez, I'm going to order you released to the supervision of pretrial services, which is an arm of the court designed to help keep folks in line with court conditions of release and to make sure you attend all court hearings. So if they give you a call or tell you you need to be somewhere or do something, you need to comply. Do you understand that? You're on mute.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I'm also going to order that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live. And I'll set the preliminary hearing in this case for December the 10th at 1:30 in the afternoon. So, sir, when you're released, please make sure and contact pretrial services and your attorney. Stay in contact with both, and above all else, do not miss any hearings, because if you do, you can end up right back in custody. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
My name is Jeremy Joseph Gonzalez, date of birth 7/15/1987.
Mr. Gonzalez, good evening. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a warrant. It appears issued for your arrest by Judge Michelle Metzger, the Pima County Superior Court, from January of this year, and this relates to charges of unlawful use of means of transportation and possession of drug paraphernalia from September of 2024. Remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him before saying anything out loud. I've reviewed the warrant as well as the pretrial services report and the state's recommendation. I'm sorry, the bond amount requested on the warrant from Judge Metzger is $500. Pretrial services noted that there may be a warrant outstanding from Hidalgo County, New Mexico. Doesn't appear Mr. Gonzalez is being held on that matter, and I don't appear to have any record of it in front of me. He was otherwise rated a 5 and a 5 on the NCAA FTA scales. Do you know if this is a refiled matter? The refiled summons was sent to a general delivery address on, December the 19th. Do you know community ties were verified through a third party, the defendant's mother? And there were five notations of, 3 prior convictions noted. The state's recommendation was for $1,500 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
Yes, Your Honor, I will note, also the basis for the increase on the recommendation, considering the bond amount, is due to the fact that the defendant committed that New Mexico offense, looking at the reports. And in addition, he was released on that other matter from New Mexico, and still carry that history of felon to appear. So not only after this matter, he went on and committed another offense with similar offenses in another state. As to that, that history of felon to appear. So there's a concern of the defendant's likelihood of appearing in court and the ongoing criminal activity for similar offenses in that criminal history.
Thank you.
Yes, Judge. Can I get one more?
Go ahead.
Yes, Judge. So I know the New Mexico alleged warrant isn't in front of you, but according to Mr. Gonzalez, that case has been resolved or it's on its way to being resolved. So I want to note that to the court. Also, as the court noted, this case was dismissed and then refiled since a general delivery. We'd ask now that Mr. Gonzalez knows about the Superior Court case, give him a chance to hear on his own. So release him. So we'd ask for the court to release him to pretrial services so that he can take care of this case as he has in the past.
Thank you. And I, again, do not have the New Mexico warrant in front of me, so I have no idea what the information is concerned there, and I don't believe I can rationally take that into consideration. However, I do see the PSA and, I'm sorry, the NCA and FTA scale scores being more significantly high. So I do find Judge Metzger's bond request to be reasonable. I will impose that $500 cash bond and order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. I'll set a hearing, an arraignment on December the 1st at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Thanks, Mike. Okay, this. What's that? Just figure. All right.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Please tell me your full name and date of birth.
Stephen Anthony Johnston, 10/16/1984.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on charges of possession of a dangerous drug and possession of drug paraphernalia, allegedly occurring on 18 October of this year. Just to remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him first, okay?
Yep.
All right, I read the interim complaint, the pretrial services report, and the state's recommendation. Don't know any other holder statuses. Mr. Johnson was a 5 and 4 on the NCFTA scales and was deemed steps diversion eligible. State's recommendation was for pretrial services release and with the steps court evaluation. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Defense, I'm inclined to agree. Anything else to add?
No, Judge. We'll wait time for the PH.
Hey, Mr. Johnson, I'm going to give you an opportunity to navigate this matter a little bit on your own. So I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. Pretrial services is designed to help folks hopefully comply with court orders and conditions of release. So I'm going to order that you submit to any monitoring treatment. So if they call you or tell you you need to do something or be somewhere, you need to comply. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to set a steps court evaluation so you can hopefully have this matter resolved without having to go forward to a plea or a trial. That hearing is going to be on December the 1st at 9 a.m. at the Pima County Superior Court in downtown Tucson. And just in case that doesn't end successfully, you'll have a preliminary hearing date of January the 5th at 1:30. Hopefully, though, the steps court program goes well, so I'd encourage you to participate fully in that program, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so you'll be released. Please make sure and contact pretrial services and your attorneys and don't miss any hearings in your case. All right?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Okay, approved.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Yes, Your Honor. Matthew Mack, 12/23/2001.
Matt, good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance.
Good evening, sir.
Excuse me. You're going to be seen here this evening based on 2 charges. One is being a fugitive from justice, and the other is possession of drug paraphernalia, both allegedly occurring earlier today. Just to remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney. And I'm going to appoint the Pima County Legal Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him before saying anything out loud, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the drug paraphernalia charge, I believe it's state's motion to dismiss. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So there's no objection to defense.
Action.
Thank you. All right. Mr. Mack, on the charge of possession of drug paraphernalia, the state has elected to dismiss that charge without prejudice, which means they could bring it back if they so desire. However, for now, it's going away. You will not be held further on that. On the warrant, I have reviewed the warrant. Appears to be from St. Clair County, Alabama. Doesn't list any amount. And pretrial services was able to determine that it was related to a possession of or receipt of controlled substances with a dangerous drug. Appears that the defendant posted a bond of $11,000 in that case before allegedly absconding. Arraignment date was set for October the 8th, which time he failed to appear. It was continued again until November the 18th, when again
Your Honor.
allegedly failed to appear, and this warrant followed. So if you need to talk, please do so with your attorney. All right. State's recommendation is $30,000 bond. Anything else to add from the state?
Yes, Your Honor, the co-defendant from the other matter. The concern is that they both crossed, and the defendant for the court crossed multiple state lines, and he then again failed to appear. He already posted a significant bond amount, so he still runs a flight risk and is a known fugitive from justice.
All right, thank you. Defense?
I'd just like to note that the court imposed a $5,000 bond on the other co-defendant, so we'd ask the court to impose a similar bond here. If the court is concerned about the previous bond posting and absconder, we'd ask that the court still not impose a $30,000 bond and instead impose a lower amount of no more than $10,000.
Thank you. We'll impose a bond of $10,000 based on, again, that posting of the $11,000 previously. That'll be $10,000 cash with a not pretrial services. The fugitive warrant will be scheduled for November the 26th at 2:30 in the afternoon.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. I just wanted to note.
Let's talk with your attorney first, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Real quick, Judge, what was the date of the fugitive warrant hearing?
November the 26th.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth, please?
Good evening, Your Honor. My name is Eric Michael Perez, and my date of birth is September the 23rd, 1985.
All right. Mr. Perez, good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on two charges. Both are aggravated assault on a peace officer, allegedly occurring yesterday, the 20th. Just remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him before you say anything out loud, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I've reviewed the interim complaint and the pretrial services report, as well as the state's recommendation. Pretrial services did note any holds, but did note that Mr. Perez is on felony probation. He was rated a 2 and a 2 on the NCAA FTA scales. He did have some community ties verified through a third party, a friend. And the only notation, the only felony criminal history appears to be a 2023 conviction where I believe he's on probation until October of 2026. State's recommendation was for $10,000 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
The inherent nature of the offense, Your Honor, and the victims who were involved as they were responding, and now we have the assault.
Thank you. Defense?
Can I get one moment, Judge?
Right.
Yes, Judge. So as court noted, he's on Mr. Perez is on felony probation, but there's no probation hold or indication of a PTR as of now. He's only a level 1, despite his prior. He's only a level 1 and 2 and 2 on the NCAA FTA scales. He's full-time employed. He's indicated to me that he is kind of the sole employee slash manager of this bicycle. Is it Cannon?
It's RC Bicycles.
So of a business called RC Bicycles, and so him being out of custody, the business is dependent on that. The state noted something about an absconder, but he doesn't have any failures to appear on his record. I clarified that with Mr. Perez, and apparently that was supposed to be or he thinks that has something to do with a review hearing that was smoothed over with him and his PO. He's living in the same house for 3 years. He has significant community ties with both the length of time he's lived here and his business. Despite the nature of the offense, we asked the court to release Mr. Perez to pretrial services, or the alternative, set a bond that be more attainable, no more than 2,500.
Thank you. And I do note that there is no adult probation hold at this time. However, the charge, I believe, is only a day old at this time, so I'm not sure if there's a lag in that. But irrespective, that does give me a possible concern about community safety as well as failure to appear risk. I am going to pose a $10,000 cash or secured bond and order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. I'll order that Mr. Perez not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, not possess any firearms or weapons, that he be under the supervision of pretrial services if bond is posted, and that he contact his probation officer within 2 business days of release if bond is posted. I'll set the preliminary hearing for December the 1st at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a good evening.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Derek Stowe, 4/14/89.
Today.
My name, Derek Stowe, 4/14/89.
Oh,
I told him that.
sorry.
That's right, I heard it. All right, Mr. Stowe, good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a charge of unlawful possession of a narcotic drug for sale, unlawful possession of unlawful possession of a narcotic drug, unlawful possession of a narcotic drug for sale, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia, being a prohibited possessor, being in possession of a firearm in commission of a drug felony, and theft of a firearm. All that's occurring on November the 21st. Just remind you, sir, you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney. Your matter at the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him before saying anything out loud. All right, I've taken a look at the interim complaint as well as the pretrial services report and the state's recommendation. There was a notation of a warrant for Mr. Stowe, but that doesn't appear to be in front of me this evening. Other holds otherwise noted. He was rated a 6 and a 5 on the NCAA FDA scales, and didn't have housing, employment, or community ties verified. There appears to be 3 prior felony convictions from the state of Utah, ranging from 2019 through 2023. The state's recommendation was for $10,000 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
The nature of the offense, Your Honor, the defendant, it's in our community now with those priors, and he does seem to be a risk to reoffend and a fly risk, especially with his last prior. But the main concern, Your Honor, is that the drugs for sale in our community is a concern, and also his rights have not been restored.
All right, thank you. Defense?
Yes, Judge. For one, I'd like to know in the interim complaint, so one of the charges is theft of a firearm. But the interim complaint, all it states is the police found guns and one was stolen. Just listing in the interim complaint that one of the guns stolen does not, in fact, make it stolen. There needs to be more for probable cause. So while I'm not necessarily challenging probable cause on the other charges, I do want to highlight that as the court considers the circumstances of the offense. And, just highlighting that this is a nonviolent offense. Mr. Stowe is homeless. I presume, he is homeless and he's unemployed. $10,000 bond would essentially be no bond. We'd ask the court to release Mr. Stowe to pretrial services. If the court is inclined to set a bond, we'd ask the bond be no more than $2,500.
Thank you. And I will impose a bond of $5,000 cash or secured, and impose pretrial services, supervision, and monitoring if bond is posted. I'll order that Mr. Stowe not possess any firearms or weapons, surrender any firearms he may have to law enforcement within 48 hours of release if bond is posted. I'll order that he not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. And I'll set the preliminary hearing for December the 1st at 1:30. All right, sir. Thank you very much. You're excused. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Good evening, Armando Reyes Jr., 8/26/99.
Mr. Reyes, good evening. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a single charge of robbery allegedly occurring earlier today. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him before saying anything out loud. All right, I reviewed the interim complaint as well as the pretrial services report and the state's recommendation. Pretrial services didn't have any additional matters or other holds for Mr. Reyes. He was rated a 5 and a 5 on the NCAA FTA scales. And unfortunately, he wasn't available for an interview with pretrial services, and a third party couldn't be reached for verification of community ties. And he has one prior felony conviction from last year for robbery, which ended in his probation being terminated last month. The state's recommendation was for $5,000 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
Based on the nature of the offense, Your Honor, and there is a concern, defendant somewhat made a threat to the local to the victim, and there's that concern, that ongoing threat to our local businesses as well, specifically their staff.
Thank you. Defense?
Yes, Judge. For one, I'd like to note that even though the pretrial services report lists this offense as a violent felony, for purposes of release, a serious offense or a violent felony under 706 doesn't include robbery. Seems that the only robbery offense that it includes is armed robbery, and here, well, actually, I'll take that back, because I believe that the statute that the complaint lists is armed robbery. Nonetheless, I'd like to note that Mr. Reyes, his lack of give me one moment, please. I'm sorry. I'm think I'm confusing some of my notes.
Not a problem. Take your time.
All right. Apologies, Judge. I do want to restart. So again,
Okay.
it's listed as a violent offense, but the statute that the inner lists is just robbery, not armed robbery, and the only violent offense for purposes of considering release is armed robbery, not just standard robbery. And so technically this would not be a violent offense. Like to note that he does have family support of both his mom and his uncle. He currently lives with his mom. Yeah. He currently lives with his mom. He'd be able to return there. He works right now part-time as a mover with his uncle. He is currently engaging in or attempting to engage in drug treatment. He has a Kodak intake on Monday, and he's looking for other employment. He has a job interview tomorrow. So given the nonviolent nature of the offense, his family support, and steps that he's been taking towards self-improvement, we asked the court to release Mr. Reyes to pretrial services.
Thank you. And sorry, I didn't consider the violent felony notation in the pretrial services report as an indication that it falls within 13706. I believe it was more that under the statute it requires the threat or use of force, and in this case, Mr. Reyes is alleged to have shoved a store clerk with both hands to the ground in the commission of the theft of goods, which does give me concern for the victim's safety. More to the point, I also have concerns that this appears to be a second offense for the exact same matter a year apart, and that Mr. Reyes just completed probation a month ago. So for that, I do have concerns about reoffense or about the commission of new criminal activities as well as failing to appear. I am going to pose a $7,500 cash or secured bond and order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. I'll order that Mr. Reyes not possess any firearms or weapons and that he submit to monitoring and treatment as directed by pretrial services. And more importantly, not to have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim. The preliminary hearing will be set for December the 1st at 1:30. Thank you. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Rocky Angelo Alcantara Valenzuela Jr., April 1924.
Thank you, Mr. Valenzuela. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here based on a single charge of criminal trespass in the first degree, allegedly occurring earlier today. You have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointed the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him before saying anything out loud, okay? I reviewed the interim complaint and the pretrial services report. Noted Mr. Valenzuela is a 2 and a 1 on the NCFTA scales. Didn't have any other holds mentioned. Was noted as being homeless and unemployed. Did have community ties and possible housing with his mother. And there was no felony criminal history otherwise noted. County Attorney's Office recommendation is $2,000 bond plus pretrial services. Anything else to add from the state?
Yes, Your Honor, the basis as well is the concern is that he failed to comply with the request from the constable. So there is that concern that he would comply with court orders. And that's the significant basis also for the damage that took place in the residence.
Thank you. Defense?
Yes, Judge. As the court noted, some nonviolent offense is no criminal history at all from what I see. He's only 21 years old. 1 on the FTA scale, 2 on the NCA scale, 1 on the pretrial services levels. He confirmed with me that he would be able to stay with his mom. And pretrial services was able to verify that. The circumstances of the offense are that basically he broke back into the house that he was just evicted from. The pretrial services report notes that from his preliminary screening that they have mental health concerns, and Mr. Valenzuela has also indicated to me that he himself does have some mental illnesses. And so given the nature of the offense, the lack of criminal history, we asked the court to release Mr. Valenzuela to pretrial services.
Thank you very much. And Mr. Valenzuela, I'm going to release you the supervision of pretrial services and order that you submit to any monitoring or treatment as they direct. Got a problem here?
No, Judge, just excited, a little emotional. We can carry on. Sorry about that, Judge. We're good.
Problem? Mr. Valenzuela, I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services, give you a chance to resolve this matter without having to stay in custody. However, I'm going to order that you submit to any monitoring or treatment as they direct, which means if they call you and tell you you need to do something or be somewhere, you need to comply. Do you understand that?
That's Judge.
All right. I'm going to order that you not have any contact with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live, specifically going back to the apartment complex where this allegedly occurred. I'm going to set your preliminary hearing for December the 11th at 1:30 in the afternoon. So, sir, when you're released, you need to contact pretrial services and your attorneys, and you need to stay in contact with both of them. And above all else, do not miss any hearings in this case. Otherwise, you could end up right back in jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. You're excused. Good luck.
Let's look at the attorney. Good luck. Make sure you show.
Go back.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Katrina Zepeda, 10-9-94.
Ms. Spada, good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on 2 charges. One is possession of a narcotic drug and the other is possession of drug paraphernalia, allegedly occurring on November the 11th. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him before saying anything out loud. All right, I've taken a look at the pretrial services report. I'm sorry, the interim complaint and the pretrial services report. Ms. Peta was noted as having a warrant, though that doesn't appear to be in front of me, and don't believe that she's being held on that. She was rated a 3 and a 4 on the NCAA FTA scales and was steps diversion eligible, and didn't have any other felony criminal history noted otherwise. County Attorney's Office recommendation is pretrial services release and a steps court evaluation. Anything else out from the state?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Defense, I'm inclined to agree. Would you like to talk with your client a moment about steps?
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Yes, Judge. Ms. Cepeda indicated she is interested, and so we'll wait for that to the PH.
Thank you. Ms. Veda, I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services, which is an arm of the court designed to help folks make sure they're complying with court orders and making it to their court dates on time. So if they call you or tell you you need to do something or be somewhere, you need to comply. Do you understand? All right. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. And I'm going to set a hearing for you to be screened for the steps court program and hopefully have your case disposed of without having to consider a plea or a trial. That hearing is going to be on December the 1st at 9 a.m. at the Pima County Superior Court. Just in case that doesn't end successfully for you, I'll schedule a preliminary hearing for you for January the 5th, 2026 at 1:30 in the afternoon. With that, ma'am, you'll be released later this evening. Please make sure and comply with all these conditions. Stay in touch with your attorneys and with pretrial services, and good luck. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all very much. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.